Hey listeners, I have a little disclaimer for you guys. The information contained in my post and or podcast is personal and general information for motivational purposes only. The information on this podcast is not, nor is intended to be therapy or licensed psychological advice. Nothing I post should be intended or used to replace the care of professional psychologists. If you are in a life crisis and you need emergent help, please dial 988 to be connected with your local Suicide and Crisis Lifeline Network Center for help. Again, that number to dial is 988. By continuing to the episode, you acknowledge and consent that my podcast will not be used as a replacement for professional psychological intervention in any life crisis event. Stay tuned for more. Hey y'all. It's your girl T here at Talks with Queen T. I am so honored to be doing this right now. You guys have no idea. It took me a while. It was definitely a journey to get here to this point. But hey, I made it. So let me just start by introducing myself to you guys and giving you a little eye-opener to what my vision and objective will be for the show, along with a few ground rules and homework for y'all. All right, let's get it. So my name is Tiara, or T for short. I am a young, motivated, big, aka plus size, old country sanctified, imperfect girl from Mississippi who grew up wanting it all. Key, I said wanting it all. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. That drive motivated me to become a successful healthcare professional and to pursue my dream career. Now that I have accomplished all of that, which is only a portion of what I intend to do, I'm kicking it into overdrive, y'all. I want this show to be able to touch millions of people. If there is anything, and I mean anything that I've learned in life, is just to live, y'all. Life comes in so many forms, shapes, and styles. But one thing is, it never stops giving. And if anybody know that saying that says, baby, when life be giving, it be giving, okay? It gives good, bad, pretty, ugly, big, small. And at the end of the day, you guys, we got to let the chips fall where they may. Because for me personally, I am God-led. And I let him take the wheel. Because truth be told, I've tried it in so many different ways. And when I say so many different ways. And it never goes the way that I planned for it to anyway. So I just let go and let God. Now, that goes to say now, I am not perfect by any means necessary. I am just a real, raw, genuine person to who I am today. It took me a while to get to this point in life. I've been through many different things. Some may feel like it's small, some may feel like it's big. But at the end of the day, this is my story. I've been through things that I feel like changed me tremendously. You know, some days I sit and I think, what if that part of my life went this way? How would I be today? Or who would I be today? I say that to say that the life that you are given, it can change at any moment. You can take another path that changes your course to the story of your life. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You can be anything that you plan to be. But one thing for me is that I've learned, without God, who is my peace, my center, my core, I feel like I have been nothing. I have literally just been a little ant bug walking around this earth clueless with no plan. But the day that I really truly dug into who God was for me, that's when I started to bloom into the person that I am today. Now, take it back to what I said. I'm a sanctified girl. I grew up in the church. And believe me, that comes with its own challenges. But I don't regret that, because that was implanted in me as a younger girl. The older I got, the course got off a little bit, but I always knew where my home was. I always knew where my peace and my centeredness was. It was in him. I don't intend for this show to be in any way, form, or fashion to be a place that you feel like I'm pouring my beliefs or my values off onto you. That is not what I'm intending to do. But I will say, me without God is like the head without the neck. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't get the full aspect, you know? Whew, that was a mouthful. But I really just want to say that on this show, I will speak on my life experiences, my life challenges, my relationship with God, and anything that is real and raw to me. I'm not here to put on a show or a front, but to merely be a light, a beam, an ear, a guide to help anyone, someone. My goal is to ensure that I can be a reassurance to someone that life gonna forever give. But the one thing we gonna forever have is the energy of endurance. Right now, in this moment, I want to send one up for you. I want to speak that over your life, that no matter where you are right now, whether you're in a depressed space, whether you're in a suicidal space, whether you're in an anxiety space, a hard space, a stuck space, an okay space, or maybe even a great space, I want to speak that over you, that you will have the energy to sustain and endure whatever life tries to throw at you. Life gonna forever give, y'all. But the one thing that we gotta hold on to is that we gotta have the enough power, not even a lot, just a little small grain of power within ourselves to say, I will have energy to endure this. And even if you can't speak that for yourself, I'm speaking it over you right now. That whatever situation that you are in right now, I ask that you, and I speak that you will have the energy to endure whatever space or situation that you're in right now. And I trust and I believe it for you. So if I can be any form of positivity or just anything that you need, that's what I intend for this show to be. That is my vision. That is my objective. I really feel like talking is therapeutic. You know, going through things and not speaking things out into the open. There is power in the tongue. And I know a lot of people probably done heard that, but that is a true saying. You have life and death in your tongue. So speaking things into existence, sometimes we should be careful the things that we say. But we shall also be very quick to speak things into existence. I remember growing up, the elders or my parent would always say, you have power of life or death in your tongue, Tiara. Speak things as though you want them to be. And trust me, over the years, I've spoke things that were more death than life. Or I spoke things in not of a careful manner. Trust me and believe me today. I'm asking God to work on my mouth. My mouth can be positive. My mouth can be a potty mouth sometimes. So be patient. I'm asking God to work on with me with that. I know that's a flaw that I have. And I'm genuine and real and raw about that. Because I know that He is going to correct that. He's working in me with that, you know. But I know that there is not nothing that He can't change about me. As long as we fess up to the fact that we know that we have flaws, and with these flaws, He can change that. But the one thing I want people to understand is just because you have flaws don't mean that you can't be changed. Don't mean that you can't be used by Him. Doesn't mean that you don't fit the standards of what society feels that a person or a religious person should be. Religion is so overrated to me. I feel like you need to find your space, your home, your true meaning of what God is to you. Not for your friend, not for your cousin, not for your mom, not for your dad, but for you. Growing up in church, I had to go through my own challenges. And growing up as a PK, and if you don't know what that means, a preacher's kid, growing up, I had to really understand what God meant to me based off on my mom or my church family members. Sometimes I didn't really feel like I got a chance to live, you know? But the older I got, the more things I got to experience, I started to understand some of the things that I would hear growing up in church. I started to understand it. It started to become light bulbs going off in my head. Like, Tiara, this is what everybody been saying. This is what everybody been speaking on. So this is what they meant. And once I found and I created a relationship with God for myself, it became a huge opener for me. A huge vault for me to lie in when I needed things, when I didn't feel right. I truly found and got in tune with what he meant to me for me. I realized that he just wasn't a name that I called when I needed help or when I was in a bad situation. He was a name that I called or I thanked when things were going great in my life. Growing up, I heard that a lot, but I didn't really know what that mean because most of the time I hadn't lived. And that's probably the situation with a lot of people. You know, you haven't really lived in situations and you haven't been through things and you haven't got a chance to really experience it for yourself. But I want to be a hub. I want to be transparent with you on this journey that in life, you are going to go through things. You are imperfect. We all have flaws. He loves your flaws. He wants to use you with your flaws to help somebody else. And that's all I am, is just a willing vessel, someone who is living life, going through life. I have my ups and downs just like anybody else. I'm going through this life, learning things. And as I'm learning things, I want to share them with you guys because we all go through something. Truth be told, we all go through things every day, but that's life. And like I said, I grew up wanting it all, but let's be real. If I had it all right now, what would life be? What motivation would I have to get to a point or to strive to get to things? So let that be an understanding that be you. Be who you are. Yes, you're going to change. You're going to grow. You're going to evolve. But understand this, we're not perfect. We never will be perfect. But being real to who you are, that's what I want to be a connection to. I want to be a hub. I want this episode, this show, to be somewhere that you guys can connect. Someone that you can relate to. A sister to you guys. To show you that you don't gotta be perfect. Just be you. God loves you where you are. He sees you. He knows you. Even if you don't feel like he knows you enough because you don't talk to him, or you don't know how to talk to him, or you don't pray to him. You don't connect with your church home like you should. Understand that God knows you. He knows who you are. Start wherever you want to start. Talk to him however you need to talk to him. He knows you. He knows your thoughts. He knew you before the world knew you. He knew you before your parents knew you. He chose you. And I truly believe that everybody has something in life that God has created you for. So, my vision for you guys is just to be that hub, okay? I know I done gave y'all a whole mouthful, but I just want you guys to really understand my vision and to feel that I'm here for you. I'm going to leave my personal email and my personal business phone number for you guys to reach out to me. Contact me. Shoot me a text. Shoot me an email. And if you really just need to talk, I can talk to you. Now, understand this, y'all. I'm not really a on the phone type person, but I do understand that some situations do call for a voice, to hear an actual voice. So there's many ways that we can do that, but I will attach it for you guys because some of you really don't feel like, or you don't need to put your business out there, or you're not comfortable with putting anything in the comments or anything publicly. I truly 100% understand that. So I'll leave those things for you guys to be able to reach out to me. Now that I've said all of that, let's set some ground rules, because I do respect everyone's point of view, though I may not agree with some, and some likely will not agree with me. All I ask is that you set yourself a standard of love. To me, respect is honesty and love. The world has enough hate and stress that can go around for multiple times. You know what I mean? There's enough stuff going on in the world right now. Enough chaos. You know, we just went through a pandemic that came out of nowhere. You know, I have my own views about that I won't speak on. But I do understand that when things happen in life, y'all, I do feel like they were already pre-planned. God knows things before we know them. So trust me when I say there's enough hate and stress to go around. People got enough stuff going on in their homes, in their personal lives. It's enough to stretch out over millions. So with all that, I do feel like with love and laughter, anyone can endure the stressors of day to day. And if you feel like you're at a point, or you're in a situation right now where you don't have enough love, you don't have enough energy to have laughter or hope to go through the things that you're going through, come to me, connect with me. Connect with someone, anyone. Talk those things out. I do feel like talking is very therapeutic, which is hence why I'm doing this show. I've always been a talker. I haven't always been comfortable with talking, but I've always had a voice inside of me that I needed to let out. Part of that is within music. I like to express myself. But talking, just speaking things out helps. Even if you feel like you don't have nobody, I want you to understand that me here on this platform, I want you to understand that if you ain't got nobody, you got me. I will have ways for you to connect with me, even if you don't want to talk on the phone, even if you don't want to text. If you just want to send an anonymous email, or if you want to send something that you don't want me to respond to, just tell me you don't want me to respond. I'll pray for you. I'll pray with you if you would like. But just know that you do have somebody. And that's what this show is intended to be. So please, my only rule, again, is to have respect for me, first and foremost, and anyone that you encounter on this show in any way, form, or fashion. So if you connect with somebody that you met on this channel, or if you're in the comments, y'all, please be respectful. That's the only thing that I ask. You are entitled to have your opinion, which is merely what this is. It's full of my opinions, my views, but keep it respectful and make sure that you keep respect and love intertwined with your souls. Lastly, I got a piece of homework for y'all. I want any listener or anyone up under the sound of my voice, I want you to first like and leave a comment. But before you leave a comment, I want you to subscribe. Depending on what platform you're on, you may not be able to. But of course, like and subscribe to my channel so you guys can stay tuned for new episodes, new snippets, or whatever I may release. I want you guys to stay connected, okay? But I do want you to leave a comment. And this is not to put anybody on forefront or anybody on Front Street, but I want you to leave a comment on some things that you want to hear me talk about on the show. Ideas, topics, anything that you want me to address or speak on as deemed appropriate, y'all. Don't let it get out of hand, okay? But I do want to clear one thing up. I'm not a big media or mass type person, or I don't really do what the masses do type person. But I do want y'all to understand that I will talk on some things in the media, but let's understand that that's not who I am. That's not what this show is for. I'm not here to gain or monetize off of the media or society or what's going on in the world. I really just want to be a hub to reach people, to help people, to really be a vessel for somebody, okay? So just understand that we will talk about things in the media, but that's not what my objective is for this show. Okay. So please, 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 please leave something in the comment. Drop, if it's just one word, drop a topic, anything that you want to hear talked about on the show. Okay. That's basically it, y'all. Expect to hear an episode every couple to few times a month, maybe 2 to 3, or maybe 1 to 2, just depending on how they fall. That's merely what I want to do as I begin to navigate on this journey. I want you guys to be patient with me. This is something new that I want to do, and I want to be that hub, that connection for you guys, okay? Lastly, I just want to leave you guys with one thing, okay? We as people were created for peace. Even with all the wrong we see around us in the world, it is okay to feel afraid, but always hold on to the fact that in God, we can always find a way back to peace in a world full of chaos. Let every morning you wake up to be another chance to live a peaceful life. I want to leave a verse with you guys, John 14:1. Do not let your heart be troubled, afraid, cowardly. Believe confidently in God and trust in Him. Have faith, hold on to it, rely on it, keep going. If you guys didn't understand anything else that I said, if you don't remember anything else I said, notice life is going to always give, good, bad, or ugly. But understand not to give up. It's okay to hit that reset button. It's okay to say, I need more. It's okay to say, I'm in a bad space. I need to connect. It is okay to just be you. Be patient with yourself. Love on yourself. Know that it's somebody else going through some things that you've been through or things that you may be going through right now. It's okay. But please stay connected with me. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Let me know what's going on. If you don't want me to know everything, just tell me you need somebody to pray with you or pray for you. I'm here for you. I'm not perfect. I go through my own things. But knowing that I'm not perfect, knowing that I go through things and I get dealt life just like anybody else, I know that I can be a help to someone else. So keep it real, y'all. Stay true to who you are and never, never let peace, love, or laughter die in your hearts. And if it has, find a way back to where you last had it. That's it, y'all. I love y'all. Stay true to yourself and stay tuned for the next episode. All right, your girl T is out. Peace.